All right, certification test number 5, question number 28. Name the 6 factors of functional ability. I'll wait. All right, but in reality, the Super Slow Technical Manual was published over 30 years ago to this date, so we're going to be retouching on the factors of functional ability. Those are bodily proportions, flexibility, cardiovascular efficiency, neurological efficiency, skill proficiency, and muscular strength. On your screen, there's a pyramid at the base of it. There's bodily proportions. It's the only one of those things that is untrainable, unchangeable. Once you reach early adulthood, 18, 19, 20, 21, depending on who you are, your muscular insertions and bones are where they're permanently going to be, and there's nothing you can do about that. Sorry, short people. Um, Things to consider with bodily proportions is that shorter people are going to have slightly higher resilience to training volume, and that's just because for the same effort, they're going to be able to do more reps because they are moving less of a distance in something like the squat or leg press than their taller counterpart. So they're going to be reaching maximal muscular density at a faster rate than their taller counterpart, which means taller people are going to have a longer muscular development, but a higher strength potential. And that's why, if you follow the World's Strongest Man series, most of those guys have been doing it for 10 plus years, and they're all relatively 6 feet or taller in the height spectrum. And yeah, right above that block on the pyramid is going to be flexibility. Fun fact, studies show that if you static stretch before you do something like strength training, you're reducing your maximal power output by 5% minimum, up in an upwards of 15%. And that's just because you're lengthening a muscle, and strength training is all about forcefully contracting that muscle. So think about a spring that you stretched out and then now you're trying to use it, and it's just not going to be as strong. In the realm of flexibility versus mobility, flexibility is more passive. So if I stretch my legs out to do the splits, next time I do it, it's not going to be as painful, but I'm not, that's the only adaptation really that I'm creating. Whereas mobility, in if you're thinking about something like a squat, I'm increasing muscle density, and with that comes the adaptation of stronger cartilage in that area as well as tendons and ligaments. So I'll be able to squat a little bit deeper with more weight next time, which means I'm actually increasing my flexibility and mobility at the same time there, which is super cool. Right above that on the pyramid is going to be cardiovascular efficiency. So, American Heart Association confirming that strength training is very good for cardiovascular efficiency, heart function, and lung function. Also, strength training, unlike running, is going to artificially raise your blood pressure. And so your arteries, heart, and all of those things are actually going to adapt to that rise in blood pressure so that your body can handle it more efficiently than the next time. There's still debates on how effective strength training is on raising your VO2 max, which is basically your body's efficiency in utilizing the oxygen that you're breathing in, over something like running. We'll keep you posted on that research. Right above that, we have a split in the pyramid. We have NE, which is neurological efficiency, and we have SP, skill proficiency. Those two kind of go hand in hand, because the more you practice a movement, especially within the confines of strength training, 70% of your one rep max or higher, you're basically increasing your voluntary muscular recruitment every time you do that movement, and it's just going to feel better. Like if you have a client that goes on vacation longer than 1 week, but maybe less than a month, they're going to come back feeling rusty. And that's just because that technical decay of their skill, right up to the 2 week mark, is pretty much the maximum for that. They're gonna feel like something is missing. But on the end of the spectrum, the more you practice, the better you are gonna get at it. So it's gonna feel better, and you're gonna be able to do something like the leg press without your knee caving in. So you might get a couple more reps over when you were newer. Your legs are shaking, your knees are caving in. You might have gotten way less reps, and that's just the difference between practicing and not. So that brings us to the top of the pyramid, which is going to be muscular strength. We talked about skill decay and all of these things. That makes muscular strength a lifestyle. You got to keep doing this. You got to keep adapting. Otherwise, the tables turn very quickly. Then you get to places like osteoporosis, osteopenia, things like that. So yeah, keep training, inspire your clients, and hopefully learn something.